It's NAMM 2018, and we're here with Willy Calderon. And Willy, you're here with what company this time?
I'm here with Gombops. I'm also endorsed by Sabian, Innovative Percussion, Remo. As you can see, my favorite percussion company.
Well, who is Willy Calderon? He is a Grammy Award-winning master percussionist, plays all kinds of stuff in all kinds of situations. What projects have you been working on lately?
Ooh, projects. Well, my main project is with the LA Impromptu Orchestra. It's my project, it's my orchestra. We have featured on the album right now Luisito Quintero, Robert Quintero, Luis Conte. We have, we're gonna try to get some great piano players. So we have that coming up, most likely this year, recording right now.
Great. Oh, and let's talk a little bit about you. Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Yeah, I was born in Cartagena, Colombia. I came out here when I was 2, landed in LA. I lived in LA all my life. I'm 28 right now, so that's 26 years that I've been here. It's home, you know, I'm from here, basically.
Now, I saw on your business card you said, thanks to my mom and thanks to God. And for me, my mother introduced me to all kinds of great music, really influenced my life. I'm wondering if you had that kind of, did your mother introduce you to music?
Yes, my mom, because, you know, I'm a mama's boy. My mom, my aunt, and my grandma raised me. So in the family, there was just music. And when I was like 8 or 9, I asked Santa Claus for some bongos. Because I was like playing on, yeah, it's cliche, but I was playing on pots and pans. Literally. So and I got the bongos. Oh man, I started playing and playing and playing. Because of her, I was able to have the tools. You know, she scrimped and saved. You know, rest in peace. My mom left me 5 years ago. But she gave me that push, and she gave me the tools to do what I do now.
What was the first music that inspired you? Like, wow, that sounds so good.
Santana, the Abraxas album. I used to hear it, and I used to go, Mom, what is that thing that's in the background going dunka dunka whatever? She was like, those are congas, because she was very musically inclined. She played saxophone, piano, things like that. Those are congas. I was like, oh, I like those, and I started, emulating everything I heard. But Santana, Abraxas, and that was my very first concert. I was 9 years old when they took me to first see Santana. I was hooked. I was hooked.
It's the percussion on that album that focuses the intensity in a way which is so powerful, and so that inspired you to get into it.
Yeah, well, I've been playing since I was 2. I was on stage with bands because my family was friends with very popular bands back then. And I was 2 years old on stage with them. They would let me in the club. This was in 91, 92. They would let me in the club, they would let me on stage. So I was doing all this stuff. So since 2 years old, I've already been like, that's my world. At 8, 9 years old, that's when I said, this is what I'm gonna do.
With musicians like you, I often hear things like, I live and breathe music. I even dream music. Do you dream rhythm?
That's so funny you should say that, because I do it all the time. I tap a lot in my sleep, and I find myself waking up tapping, and I'm doing this and that. And then I voice record. I wake up at 4. Nah, I'm lying, because when I don't work, I wake up because I'm coming home at 5 in the morning anyway. But when I have a day off, I wake up at 4 in the morning. I wake up with a melody in my head, because I also compose music. I have to voice record it, and then the next day I wake up and do it. So yeah, I do it all the time.
I get it completely. What is your process? So much of this is intuitive. When you are a percussionist playing with a group of people, you're pulling accents out and knowing that this is what'll lift that music. What are you thinking about, or is it completely intuitive?
Okay, I would say it's 80-20. So 80% is coming from what I feel, 20% is technical. What should be there? A lot of people do a little bit much, so you got to be thinking, does it really need what I want to put in? Or should I just put a little bit less, make it funky, be in the pocket, and just play as a band, you know what I mean? Play as a group.
Sometimes with percussion, less is more. And sometimes more is more.
Right.
Knowing that difference, that's crucial.
Yeah, it is. It is. When you have a spotlight on you and it's your turn to shine, do a solo, nobody else is playing, it's not a band, we're not bagging up a singer, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Go crazy. I prefer to be in the pocket at all times. I prefer.
And that's something you just feel. You just
Yeah, that's something I just feel, something I've learned. Thankfully, I have the blessing of knowing great artists, guys that have drummers from Madonna, from Michael Jackson, and all these guys tell me the same thing, to be in the pocket. A lot of younger guys are like, you know, I don't want to put nobody under the table, but a lot of people are technical, playing, bah, 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 but no one's saying anything, you know? So I prefer to be old school. If you want to call it old school, it's old school, but I prefer to be melodic, in the pocket, play with flavor, and when it's your time to shine, go ahead and shine.
That's what drives the music. That's what connects to people.
I think so.
I'm wondering that when you were growing up, did you ever think that you would have the people praising you, that you would win a Grammy Award, that you would be a sought-after musician?
No, I didn't think all that. I knew I like signs and zodiacs and all that. I'm a Capricorn. So I already have like what I want to do already set. Did I think I was going to reach all that in the time that I did? Never. Did I reach more than I thought I was? Yeah, I did. And I think people, what they praise me for is my humility, which I don't think it's something that you should try to do. You know what I mean? It's just, you've been blessed. It could be taken away at any time.
Something that strikes me about you is just you're really authentic. There's just a naturalness and authenticity about you personally. And do you think that's in your music also?
Yes, it has to be, because that's what makes the artist. What's inside, what your heart says is what you say, you know what I mean? What you have in your heart is what people see. You can't hide it. You can't be fake, you can't hide it, you know what I mean? So,
well, you did different kinds of gigs. You do live performances, you're recording in a studio, you're working on your music, you're working on the music of other people, you're working doing film scores. How are these gigs different, and how are they the same?
Well, the same always comes out of I'm able to do what I feel like doing inside. So that's my art form. Whatever I put on a piece of film score, that's what I'm thinking. That's what is inside. How it differs really is, I think, the level of difficulty. Because when I'm playing live shows, the energy is out. I could do whatever I want. I could be cool. When I'm doing film scores, or when I'm doing something more like in a studio, it has to be very professional. I'm sitting behind a desk. I have to be very technical with people. I have to, that's when music theory comes in more, So these type of things. It's still fun though. It's still great fun.
Who are the percussionists who came before you who you really, really admire?
Well, first I have to, because of Santana, I have to give it to Mike Carabello. I have to give it to Armando Peraza. I have to give it to Chepito Areas, a great timbalero from Nicaragua. And besides that, all my friends, Luis Conte, Giovanni Hidalgo, Luisito Quintero, Robert Quintero, all those are the people I look up to now. Those are the more authentic people to me. So that's why I look up to them.
Somebody who's aspiring, a younger person wanting to be a musician, maybe a percussionist, now looking up to you, what advice can you give them?
The advice is to, I know it's going to probably sound dumb, but be good at what you do. Because a lot of people come with the mentality, oh, I want to do this, but you have to know what you can and can't do. If you're not at the level yet, don't put anything out that's mediocre. You know, you have to market yourself. We're in a world where we have to market ourselves. Self-promotion. Don't put anything out mediocre. Wait till your level is where it should be to start putting out recordings and videos and stuff like that, and get on top of it and practice, because these guys are monsters. I'm at the NAMM show. It's a convention center full of monsters. You know what I mean? So you got to be on the level. You got to be on the level.
So training and practice.
I would say so, yeah.
So we're here at the Gong Bobs.
Yeah.
Tell us about your relationship with this company.
Okay, well, my relationship started, I was with a fairly popular artist at the time, about 4 years ago. And I had a bunch of companies talking to me about endorsements and stuff. Okay, cool. Gong Bobs is something I've already followed in the past. I came to Gong Bobs, and my friend, my boy Rich, the agent, the A&R, he was just so family oriented. I was like, oh yeah, this is where I want to be, because I felt authenticity, and I like to be around authentic people, you know. And then I messed around with the instruments a little more. They gave me some. It was just all uphill from there, you know what I mean? So I've been with Gong Bobs for about 4 years. We have new things coming every year. That's what I love about this company. That they innovate every year. There's something new, you know? Like something new is all these different colored cajones. We have, if you can get those congas over there, the Robert Quintero congas. We have the Luisito Quintero timbales that just came out. And all these pieces of hardware are just amazing, and they last.
Yeah, and they not only do they innovate, they're also carrying on traditions of really great sound. It's really
very authentic sound, very genuine.
Yeah, so it's really well-crafted stuff that just very well-made and sounds wonderful. So, are you with another company as well here?
I'm with Sabian Cymbals, another great company. I don't even have to say much about that, but I'm with Innovative Percussion also for sticks, for all my stick needs, mallets, things like that. Innovative, they're innovating things, and I like it.
How can people get more information about you?
Willy with a Y, Willy, Calderon.com, or you can just enter Willy Calderon on Google. I made sure everything comes out accordingly. Everything's there.
Willy Calderon, I've never seen a performance of yours that I didn't come away. I don't want to overdo it, but I'm kind of awestruck every time. So it's just not only incredibly tasteful, it's so spontaneous and compelling in every way. So thank you so much for doing it, because it's thrilling to me to hear it. So thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Cameraman, thank you.
NAMM 2018, Willy Calderon.